Okay, welcome back. Here we are with another little update. You can see our cucumbers are starting to do pretty good. And we got the patio tomato. Moved it out here where it can get a little more sunlight. The basil's growing around it. This is a scarlet runner, I think is what it's called. It's mostly decorative, but it's to bring in the insects and the birds to help pollinate once everything else gets going. That's what the petunias are for as well. Hey look, I finally got to mow. It's quit raining long enough for me to be able to mow. Some more cucumbers here, petunia. We moved these tomatoes out so they could get more sunlight as well. And they're doing pretty good. These are the Cherokee purple, and you can see they're coming right along. Again, we've gotten a lot of water, a lot of rain, so there's some splits developing in the tomatoes, but they're heirloom tomatoes and they'll taste just as good, so good deal. Here we have our Three Sisters trial experimentation bed. We have nasturtium. It's supposed to be a good cover, living mulch, beans, sunflower, and I'm not sure where the squash is in there, but we got Three Sister bed going there. It might be that the nasturtium is taking the place of the squash in that one as the ground cover. Another tomato. It's still not quite warm enough here, which is amazing for me to say at the end of April in Texas, but it's not quite warm enough for the tomatoes to be coming out yet. Same way with the jalapenos here. But the shizito, they seem to be putting on some buds, some blooms. So looking forward to see what those taste like. Here the thyme is still having a little bit of an issue, but it is coming out. This arugula, it's looking like it's going to recover. It's even putting on some seed pods up here. This arugula down here is coming out pretty nice, so we're liking that. We have sweet mint and chocolate mint here, and they're doing pretty good so far. More petunias. This is rue. We keep rue close to the dill because there's a particular caterpillar or butterfly that likes to, as a caterpillar, likes to eat dill, but it prefers rue. So we're using rue as a sacrificial plant in order to keep our dill. One of our friends gave us a wind chime. It's a really nice wind chime. Thank you very much. You know who you are. Here we have dill, and then over here is cumin, over here is coriander, and this is a ladybug larva. They eat aphids, so we're hoping to encourage as many of those as we can get. Over here, I didn't know what we had in here last time, and these are radishes. So we're hoping to get a nice little crop. It's about time to thin them so that we can have a few radishes. Nope, sorry. These are radishes. These are, I'm still uncertain. I thought I remembered everything that's out here. We'll come back to that, I guess. Anyway, here's our peppers again. Over here, there is purslane in that tub. So again, it's just not warm enough. I don't think the purslane's coming up yet because it's still in the 70s and lower 80s. And that's really uncommon for us here in April in Texas. We'd normally be in the mid 80s steadily. Now over here, talked about the Three Sisters. We went ahead and went with a traditional Three Sisters here. We have corn, squash, and beans. And you can see we planted 2 corns side by side, and then squashes in there. Back here, see if I can point in the camera. This is a squash on the ground and a bean higher. Right there. And so double planting of corns, and we're going to thin those. We planted 132 corn seeds, corn kernels, and we're going to thin that out to hopefully 66. And I'm thinking a third is going to be destroyed by pests, and a third is going to be destroyed by weather, and hopefully we'll get a third of them. And these guys will put on 2 to 3 ears per stalk. So that should give us somewhere around the 150 mark, depending on averages, but around the 150 mark kernels of, or ears of corn. So that's what I'm hoping to get out of it. Now let me show you this guy. See the marker pole? This is a transplant. The 2 kernels that we put here did not come up, so I transplanted him from a place where the kernels, where both of them came up, and I was going to have to thin one of them anyway, so instead of just pulling one and throwing it, I went ahead and planted it here. And this is, what, 2 weeks since the last video, since we planted them. It's amazing the root structure these guys already have. And you can see that blue marker. That's another one that I transplanted. And that blue marker is another one that I transplanted. So we'll see if those 3 live. Right now, you know, as a little test bed, you know, it's just about learning. I don't need those 3 extra plants, and if I was doing a full-scale bed, I probably wouldn't need them there either. But if it ever comes a time when it makes a difference, I'll know whether or not I need to plant 3 corns per hole, or if I can transplant a few that are doing well into places that didn't sprout. So experimentation. Right here along the edge are onions. So we put onions along this side. Along this edge we put shallots. And over there, those are onions, and those are onions as well. But here, along this side, and along this side, I think we made a mistake. We put garlic in, and I just don't think it's the right time of year to put garlic in. But again, experimentation. We'll see what comes up, if anything. And we've also mixed in some marigolds and that kind of thing in there. So we'll just see how all this comes together once it starts growing. Now, last thing here, if you can see this bean here, it's been chewed on, and a lot of our beans are getting the leaves. You can see it here as well, getting the leaves nibbled off. And we have a lot of rabbits around here, so I'm pretty sure that that's what's doing it. I'm pretty sure that it's the rabbits nibbling the leaves off. And so we're discussing how we're going to put up a rabbit fence around this guy and keep those little critters under control. But there we go. We have the update and the tests that we're conducting to see if we can transplant newly sprouted corn. And over there, if you can see, I don't know how well you can see that, but there's the cows. Oh, they talked to me just for you. All right. And they're doing a pretty good job fulfilling their end of the deal. They're eating grass and making fertilizer. So, all things considered, can't beat that. Oh, and we have these beans over here. My lonely beans, the first ones I planted. These are the Black Valentines. They get water every once in a while. Again, it's been raining lately, so we haven't had to worry about water. But got these guys going. If I remember right, in Kerrville, where I was when we grew these last time, they only came up to a very short bush. So what I'm hoping is that they'll come up a little taller, make it a little easier to harvest them. But we'll see. Hopefully they'll get at least a foot tall. And on the other side here, after setting the big bed in place, decided that I just didn't need to mess with too many more beans this year. So we're letting that side have a pass. Now all of the stuff that's in this bed are heirloom varieties. It's what we could find at the store when we went, and so we're, except for the onions and shallots, but the corn and the beans and the squash are all excuse me, they're not heirloom, they're hybrids. So it's, like I said, all we could find at the store, and it's a test bed, so I won't be saving these seeds. But all right, I appreciate you watching, and if you like what you're seeing, please subscribe or share with your friends. That would be even better. Thanks a lot. Talk to you later.